Hello there, Cancer, and welcome to your March reading. Great to see everybody, and a reminder, as always, that you can use this for your sun sign, for your rising, and also for your moon. As I was looking at your sign this month, picking out the deck of cards that I wanted to use for the reading, what I thought about was the idea of unison, or being in unison. And if you're to look at the dictionary definition, it basically says combination of voices, notes, or instruments at the same pitch. Sounding good, sounding great together. The other thing is simultaneous performances of an action or utterance of speech. If you take this on a more symbolic level, not so much like the hard dictionary level, what it really means is coming together to make something more beautiful, right? So in your life, I mean, this can be more symbolic. It can be about working together, volunteering to help people. It can be about a team project where all of you, your combined efforts is going to make something more beautiful. And it's about in that project that not any one voice has to necessarily win or lose. And I think this is a lesson that we don't see a lot of right now in the world. It doesn't matter where you live, but we're at a point where we sort of are either focusing on differences or fixating on differences. So if there's something in your life that you can find where you can come together with other people in unison and create something more beautiful, this is the month to do it. The power is behind you on that. So let's go ahead now and shuffle up the deck and see also how this might play into other messages over this month. So for those of you that are new, welcome, and those who have come back from previous months, thank you for your continued support here. But for the new folks, the way I organize the reading is to pull 10 cards, which I'm going to do while I'm talking. And after pulling these 10 cards, I look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. This allows me to really focus on whatever the key message is here without getting distracted on those other areas, which I know everyone is interested in. And I also pull a catalyst card, which is the next one that I'm going to grab right here. And the catalyst card helps you pull together everything that we talk about, from that channel bit of information to those additional 4 cards. So a beautiful message here, basically, that what you should be focusing on this month, besides just sort of like coming together and bringing unity, is having fun. And this is something that I don't think we get to see enough as a piece of advice, to somehow incorporate joy in your life, whether that's through dance, music, speech, dress, anything in your life that evokes a sense of feeling connected and happy. Also, this can be doing something with nature. There's no accident that this has a very sort of retro 70s vibe to it. So nature, dance, music, whatever you can kind of connect to that lets you, it's a different way of meditation. Dance is definitely a way to get into a meditation or even a trance. So feel free to do this. This is going to be a unique way for you to tap into your intuition. So if you love to go out and dance, by all means do that. Or if you want to create some sort of music yourself, by all means do it, because I got a lot of music coming through for you. Even the idea of unison is about like voices, words, people, and actions coming together to create something more beautiful. All right, so turn the camera down. We'll take a look at what everything is sort of trending to look like for you this month. So your central card, the question here when I see the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is, I got the word timing. And timing when it comes to asking or giving things. So for some of you that might be wondering, is this the right time to talk about X, Y, Z? I want you to think about it. I think that it's probably better to wait until after the 10th of the month. Mid-month is looking better for big conversations, because at the beginning of the month, what you're going to have a hard time doing is connecting with other people. That ability to be in unison may be off. I love the 4 of Cups because it's really telling us that a lot of times the answer we seek is right in front of us, or is slightly, an unexpected twist that we may not normally take unless we allow ourselves to sort of think bigger or to listen to other people. You'll notice that one of the tenets of this card is that the person's cutting themselves off. And, if you ever pay attention to posture too, if someone is sort of warm and welcoming, they sometimes they lean in and they listen and they smile. And if they're sort of not into it, it's kind of like, I already have made up my mind. I don't know what you're talking about. And the face sort of goes into a very, it's like you're pushing away possibilities. So, I mean, if you look at these cards and really get the energy of it, this one is about opening yourself up. So in difficult communications, in anything in your life where you want to understand the person, it's not just about sort of like doing the research and trying to sort of figure out where they're at. It's also about being quiet, listening, paying attention to nonverbal cues, and also cueing them into the fact that you are ready to open your heart, open your mind, and welcome in different perspectives. Again, we don't see a lot of that portrayed right now, but I think that's a really great thing that you can do to help other people get past defensiveness, because most people want to be heard and want to be loved and want to be appreciated. So if you start off in a place of this versus a place of leaning in, smiling, and listening, you're going to have a much different result. Okay? Even just smiling and trying to evoke a little bit of happiness or joy in someone else is a much more effective way to start a conversation. To even ask and mean what you're asking. How are things going? We haven't talked for a while. I hope you're well. And see what they say. Don't then talk over it. Don't let it just be a, hey, what's up? Oh, I'm good. What's up? Like, let's actually go a little deeper and hear what is going on. So it's funny that in American English anyway, that's almost become like the French ça va. Except that sometimes they'll say, yeah, I'm doing well or I'm doing bad, and we don't really go into that. So listen, maybe ask a second time. When I really want to connect with someone, I'll say, well, it sounds like things are okay, but tell me, is there anything that you have been thinking about? What's heavy on your mind right now? And you can go a level deeper, and people will sort of, oh, you really want to hear what's going on? Okay. So break through the facade, and that is actually, after you've created a little bit of rapport with that person, then you can think about talking about what's on your mind. But until they've opened up to the fact that you care, they are not going to care about you as much if we're talking about negotiations. But this works across the board. You get exactly what you invest. So invest in love and you'll receive love, okay? When I'm looking at deep past, we're looking at what looks like could be a little bit of I'm getting more of a third chakra. For you, we have the strength card, I'm sorry. Strength card reversed. So for you, it could be a third chakra blockage. What you want to do is pay attention. This has to do also with women in your life. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. This is typically a strong feminist card, and it's about how women and men often relate. But in this case, I actually think it's about women in your life that are very strong and how you react to that. So I want you to take a look at, are you comfortable in those types of relationships with someone who's more assertive? Are you pulling back, and what is sort of the cause from this? When I look at the overarching card for you, we have 5 of Wands in reverse. I think this has more to do with the work that you need to do on yourself to feel confident and comfortable. So again, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. I think what this month is about, if someone intimidates you, it's more likely going to be a woman just because of the card, but if doesn't matter. What I'm sensing is it's about assertiveness. So if you see assertiveness in your life, in a man or a woman, and you're questioning your own ability to be strong in that presence, what I want you to focus on is, what do you need to work on in yourself? Where is it coming from? Where is this resistance or this sort of feeling of being uncomfortable coming from? And I'll pull a card because I'm kind of curious what might be just to help clarify this, what it might be from. So for some of you, it might actually just be that you're feeling like this person can take you off guard. And so one thing that you can practice is to not be, we were talking about the defensive,ness, to just be a little bit more open. And you can even ask them, say like, wow, that was an interesting thing that you brought up. Help me understand why are you interested in that? Like, you can basically deflect with another question while you gather your mind. So for those of you that have someone in your life that just sort of like comes out of left field and takes you off guard, you can just first of all say it's good to see them, ask them what's going on, and say, I'm glad you brought this up. I've been thinking about it. What prompted you to want to discuss this? Or help me understand what you're looking for here. Like, just ask for clarifying points. You'll have time to gather your thoughts. they're going to see you as someone who's engaged, and then you can come forward with your own thoughts and questions. All right, as I'm looking at what's affecting you this month and what your opportunities are, I see your power being your own ability to think. You can think faster than you actually give yourself credit for, perhaps. And what you want to do this month is be preemptive. So instead of having that person in your life come through and take advantage of being the first one to ask, why don't you ask first? Or bring something to someone's attention. Don't wait. Because then that feeling of regret, or I had that idea, why didn't I speak up? That's going to go away. And really, if we just look at this card and take out whether it's male or female, it's really about, again, someone who can dominate your situation. So if you were to basically take power back by controlling the timing, then you're going to be great. So don't beat yourself up when someone beats you to the punch, but just try to think of how can I do better next time? And then also, how can I, and this is really good if you're in politics or if you're in anything where you have persuasive speech and that needs to be part of your tactic, you really want to look at how can I do better next time and what is motivating them to say these things. So understand your competition, basically, and try to come to them in a way that isn't as maybe aggressive, but is preemptive, because they're going to respect the fact that you talked to them before something got kind of out of control. This works well too if you're feeling if it is about domination, or if it is about feeling like someone's not taking you for granted in your life. You want to talk about these things in a way that's basically non-confrontational, but proactive, and not like 3 or 4 months after something's happened. So be strong, speak up, and use time to your advantage this month. When we look at the ego this month, we have the Hermit, and the Hermit really is all about, I'm happy when I see the Hermit because it shows like spiritual growth, a kind of cautious nature that can help you avoid mistakes, and introspection, which we need more of. We need people to think things through before acting, so I like all of those elements. The reversal, though, is showing a lack of confidence in going forward with all of these great insights that you have. The Hermit is wise. It's usually an old man, as you can see here. It's an old man in a robe, taking a lot of time thinking. But what you have to do is break out at a certain point and maybe ask for some advice and say, does this make sense? And when we look at the card right above it, we have Judgment. The reversal again showing a feeling of, am I right? Should this be the way that I go? Will they trust me? So I want you, one, not to second guess yourself so much, but if you need to talk to someone, I think this would be a great time to connect with a mentor. And I feel like this needs to be someone different from the situation that's in question. So if it's with your family, talk to a friend. If it's at work, talk to someone that's not connected to your circle of peers at work. And when we're looking at you as a person this month, one thing that I'm looking at as this is sort of growing is finding that inner confidence, not holding back, acting when you need to, acting before things get out of control, seeing the benefit of your own sort of perseverance in this matter, and not worrying so much about, wow, okay, I wasn't ready for this. Just go with the flow, because the Two of Pentacles is very much a balancing act. So if you think of great public speakers and great sort of even like improvisational actors and comedians, they just go with it and they find a way of laughing things off. So don't take yourself so seriously. What I want to caution you about this month, and this seems to be kind of universal for most signs, is to just continue to be diligent about your finances. I feel like a lot of you've made positive strides. The Seven of Pentacles is usually good, but there can be two things that happen with this. One, a feeling of deprivation, like, oh, I wish I could do this, but my money's not allowing me for this. So if you need to do a very small sort of treat to yourself, whether it's like, you know what, we're going to eat out once this month and it'll be whatever we want, it'll be great, or taking a day trip, fine. But by and large, you should be working at paying down debt, putting more in the bank if you don't have debt, or planning ahead for the next 6 to 8 months, so that when unexpected costs come, you're not focusing so much on oh my gosh, I wish I had saved, etc. So it's about balancing. It's like eating well. It's okay to have a little bit of sugar or carbs in your diet if most of it's balanced out. But when you start to do it all the time, then it catches up with you. So anyway, think of spending the same way, and the sugars and the carbs can be like movies and eating out and other things like that. So you just want to sort of keep it in balance so that you A, are enjoying your life, which you should be, but B, you should also be thinking about sustainability and how long you can sort of take care of yourself. And so saving and debt management, all of that's very important. But remember, your card this month is to have fun, to enjoy, to find other ways that may not even cost a lot of money to have fun, and take advantage of those. So let's expand your forecast, and we'll start first with your health card. I like to remind people that health is not just a physical pursuit, it also includes mind, body, and spirit. So with that in mind, your health message for the month is the teacher awakens, and this has come up for a couple of signs this month. I feel like many of you now through April are on a little bit of a spiritual journey with your health. And the first time this card came up, and I forget which sign it was for, but I neglected to sort of make the connection with looking for a better doctor, and I want to make sure that I do make that connection for you. The other thing is, you may have done research in a certain area, or may have learned something that can help other people. So part of feeling good is helping others feel good. So if you have a role in your life where you can be a teacher, absolutely do that. And if you have another role in your life where you can benefit from a new teacher in your life, then don't hesitate to allow that to come in as well. So again, with Mary Magdalene here, it says you have something important to share, follow the inner call, don't let anything stop you. And whenever I see this, it really does connect me with the month of April. So I feel like whatever you're doing this month is going to bring in that teacher or allow you to benefit from the teachings you give by April. So it's a 1 month pursuit. But yeah, start to do some research in different ways that you can possibly help get healthier. So look at different doctors, look at different diets. This is a month for expansion and for shifting when it comes to your health. Okay, so let's take a look now at wealth and opportunity. So for your wealth this month, we have this card here that says innocence. So this is, and it's also a card with a master and a sort of like a teacher and a student. And so what I want you to do is really make sure that you trust the people you're working with. It's also a general trend that I'm seeing this month with your finances. So with innocence, I think you would benefit from research when it comes to how you're spending, saving, and investing, and then also multiple sources of sort of like input, not just one. Because the more input you have, the more you're going to break free from that sort of innocence phase, because when it's your money, you want to be very experienced. You want to be a sage, sorry with the glare there. You want to be a sage understanding everything. So try not to be taken advantage of, and make sure that you trust the person that you're helping. And likewise, there may be someone in your life that needs help. It could be a parent, a loved one, or someone that's older that doesn't have a lot of experience or knowledge, and you can come in and help them. And so in that case, respect the fact that they are innocent and trusting you, because it cuts both ways. Okay, when we're looking at love, you really want to be aware of anybody that's maybe not putting their best, well, actually it wouldn't be about best foot forward. It's about someone who's not really being honest with you. So with this deception, it says someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So I want you to look around you. And again, we have this strength card, which sometimes can be associated with a Leo in your life. It can also be associated with a very strong woman in your life that could be more focused on their own sort of well-being versus yours. So if there is someone in your life that fits that description, or is just very, very sort of tricky, this is the month I want you to break your tie with that person. You don't have to have an out-and-out feud with them. It's just about deciding, I don't need to listen to everything they're saying, and I don't need to engage with this person anymore. And slowly get yourself out of that situation. I think it would be of benefit. The other thing, because it says deception, is it's sort of calling on you to be very honest with others. So, we all have things that we don't want to talk about, and you have to sort of figure out when is the right time and who you want to talk to, certain, like whatever it is that you don't want to share. I feel like it will be better if you just basically, if you're straight with somebody, whenever you hide a fact or talk around it, and trust me, I've experienced the same thing. Every time I think, you know what, next time I'm just going to say it. So we're all works in progress. And so this month, just don't allow yourself to be that person that doesn't come out and say what they need to say. Okay, so your last card, which is your destiny card, is a beautiful one. This is actually encouraging you to work with your third eye and your intuition this month. And it's reminding you that you're just as gifted as anybody else. We all have the same capacity and potential to basically go deep and connect with our divine selves, our version of God, and also deep knowledge that we all have. So your strongest chakra this month is really going to be your third chakra, or symbolically your intuitive sense of what's right, what's wrong, and what you need to be doing. So whether you experience that through your third eye or through your heart or through your gut, or wherever you kind of feel it empathically in your body, pay attention to that when you're making decisions. Pay attention to it when you're having conversations this month. And remember that for those of you that are extremely gifted, there's an obligation to pay attention and then also not to abuse it. If you need to tell someone something that they need to hear, say it. And if you feel like it's time to move on from something, then move on from something. Honor and respect the intuition that you're receiving, because it is a gift. Okay, let's wrap this up and look at everything together. I feel like a lot of times when all the cards are on the table, we can see very clearly what the message is. So I'll pull the camera down for this part. Your message this month was to focus on the beauty of togetherness, of speaking, singing, sort of acting in unison. Find those opportunities. And part of that might be to take out areas that have discord in your life. This could be that very strong individual that is taking advantage or trying to control you. This could be you shutting out other people's ideas or not being ready to listen to alternatives. Timing is really clear. For the first part of the month, you really want to do more listening than speaking. But all along this month, whenever there's something that you need to talk about, it's important not to let things sort of flare up. So much better to be proactive and talk about something before it goes too deep. If you're taken by surprise or if you're feeling a little exhausted by the work, this card is reminding you to go with the flow and also to connect with your catalyst this month, which was to experience joy, to be joy, to enjoy, to help people also sort of laugh around you. With the Five of Cups, we're making sure that we disconnect from all of these feelings of angst and focus on the opportunities. The big opportunity for you this month is really to feel more empowered, to not hold in all of this knowledge and intuition, and not to rely so much on other people for their approval on what you should do. With the Emperor, the opportunity for you is to become self-realized, is to become the one in control, and ultimately to really feel like you're going to be able to take care of yourself in the long run. We didn't get a lot with love this month, and I feel like that's a universal thing that I'm seeing. I will say this: if someone comes into your love life, it could be someone that's a very either holy or spiritual person, but I don't feel like they're completely ready for the relationship that they might be engaging in. I see an age difference with that person and possibly an earth sign, since we have the Knight of Pentacles at the center. But someone, either you or your partner, is going to have a significant age gap of 5, 7, even 10 years. So usually it's edging towards the latter with this card in particular. I would sort of hold back on getting too deep into a relationship this month, particularly with the Hermit card, which is showing that there's a lot more inward energy. As we expand it out, this is a month for you to share knowledge with others and also to seek out anything that you wanted to know about. If you've had a health issue that's been bothering you and you want to find a new sort of treatment, this card says do it this month. Be sure that you understand everything when it comes to your finances, and if you need to learn more, this is the month to go to the library, to listen to books on CD or whatever, but you need to expand your knowledge. And also, if someone's trusting you, make sure that you're accurately representing their situation. This is basically saying respect the innocence, whether it's your own or someone else's, and don't take advantage of it or be taken advantage of. Be honest with others, and if others are not honest with you, use your intuition, which is very sharp this month, to sort out why that's happening and why you allow that to happen. Overall, your big opportunity this month is, again, to trust yourself more than you have, to speak up a little bit faster and a little bit more often than perhaps you have, and to move out of those relationships where other people are controlling or taking advantage of you. So I hope that was helpful. Overall, it's pretty good. Again, I like that you're doing better with money. Just continue to stay involved and informed, because that innocence card reminds me that you should always be seeking more knowledge and expansion when it comes to your finances. I hope this was helpful. If you ever have more personal questions or additional follow-ups that you'd like to ask, you can feel free to book an appointment with me, and I'll post a link in the corner for you to do that. If you'd just like to say thank you and donate a little bit for this channel, that's also optional, not required at all, because I do this just to support you guys and to say thanks. Otherwise, if you want to stay in touch with me, the easiest way to do so is through my newsletter, but you can also subscribe to this channel or follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I'll put links for all of these at the end of the video if you're watching it on a computer, or you can tap the info icon in the corner if you're on a mobile device. But finally, and most importantly, again, thank you for your support, all of the likes, subscribes, and comments across all of those different things that I just mentioned. It means a lot, and this is why I come back, because you guys are great, and this is a great sort of exchange of energy. So take care of yourselves. And again, I wish you the most success and happiness possible this month. Remember to trust your instinct, okay? That's the number one thing that I want you to walk away with, is that you have a very good instinct for what's correct and what's not correct, and that's what you want to hone this month. So spend some time with meditation, okay? Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye-bye.